This is Samina Tariq from A Foodie's Kitchen, and today I'm sharing a recipe for fish curry. In this curry recipe, I'm using monkfish, and it is hugely important to use a fish which has a firm texture. Otherwise, the fish is gonna break and the curry is gonna turn mushy. And I'll start with the list of ingredients. In the ingredients, I have handful of peeled garlic cloves, a piece of ginger. I have 7 to 8 peeled shallots here. If you can't find the shallots, you can always use couple of onions. I have 1 lime, which I'm going to use the zest as well. Couple of kaffir lime leaves, cooking oil, dry methi leaves, salt, ground garam masala, chili powder, dry coriander, kalonji seeds, turmeric powder, half a kg of monkfish, and 2 to 3 blanched chopped tomatoes. I start preparing the fish by just grating some ginger, and squeezing the lime juice over them. I'm also using a bit of zest. Just gives the fish a nice smell. Kills the fishiness of the fish. Okay. And half a teaspoon of turmeric. It helps to color the fish a bit. And I'm also going to season it lightly as well, because at this stage fish absorbs all the flavors. It's nice to cook it in the sauce, but it's nicer if you season it lightly before you add it to the sauce. So I'm just using the salt and pepper. So I'm just going to blend the ginger and garlic together by adding a little water or oil. I usually like to add a tiny bit of oil and just blend to a paste. So I'm just going to slice the shallots. You can always use a blender if you don't have the patience to do it. It does not take long though. So we start by heating a little oil. In goes the chopped kaffir lime leaves. I'm just going to add the shallots to it. Now this stage is going to take a few minutes. I need to lightly brown them and saute them until they're softened a bit. In goes the ginger and garlic paste. And to this paste, I'm adding half a teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 to 2 teaspoons of dry coriander, half a teaspoon of kalonji seeds, just like a tablespoon of the dry methi leaves. I'm going to stir it. Salt. After stirring it for a minute or two, I'm just going to add the tomatoes. Once the tomatoes start to turn mushy, I'm adding a bit of water to cook this masala sauce. If you have a pressure cooker, it's always a good idea to use it for making the sauces, because a pressure cooker makes the sauces quite smooth and all the ingredients are mixed together and combined together. So I'm just adding a few cups of water and letting it simmer until all the ingredients are cooked properly and the water has dried. Adding 2 cups of hot water and letting it cook. In fact, I'm going to transfer it to my pressure cooker to speed up the cooking. The sauce can take from 5 to 10 minutes. Once I steamed the sauce in the pressure cooker and I opened it, the sauce is looking a bit like this. There's a tiny bit of water left, and I'm going to stir fry it and transferring it back to my other pot. Once the sauce becomes condensed and oil separates from the sauce, it's ready for the fish to be added to it. Water has dried and sauce is becoming nice and smooth. Oil is also coming away from the sauce, so I'm just going to add the fish to it. It's important to use firm fish for any kind of curries, because if you use cod or haddock for making a curry, it's just gonna become apart. It's not gonna stay firm. It's just gonna become mushy. So monkfish or lemon sole, they're very good for making any fish curries. I'm going to cook this fish for 5 to 8 minutes, depending if it's cooked inside. Overcooking the fish can turn it rubbery and it's not nice. I had some big chunks of fish in here, so they took about 8 to 10 minutes to cook, and I'm just going to remove it from the heat and adding the garnishing ingredients. Just a handful of coriander leaves and a pinch of ground garam masala, and we're ready to serve. So here's our fish curry, which I'm serving with some naan, although it's really nice with some plain rice or on its own.